see. Are we working? Oh, looks like we might be. Oh dear, excuse me. Evening all. Give us a thumbs up underneath if we're coming through. Type something down below. Right, let's have a look. Evening Gary. Evening Paul. Excellent. Where's my tea gone? Grab that. Right. Who's just texted me? That's okay. Fine. Leave that for a minute. Evening Peter, Stella. Oh dear, excuse me. Right, I'm just about recovered from auction, I think. I don't know why the video wouldn't work on the auction again, because it's working on here. Don't know. Very strange. And the sound cut out a few times toward the end as well, didn't it? I don't know what's going on. It's driving me up the wall, but never mind. We got there. Hopefully you all bought some good stuff. We'll have a look at the prices, see what the stuff sold for in a tick. Pre-bidding thing, that seemed to work quite well. I think most of you got the hang of it. I thought it was going to speed the auction up a bit, but I think because the big machines slowed it down quite a lot, some of those took a while to sell because people, I don't know, they don't seem to want to bid in decent increments. Trying to get people to bid at £50 a time for something that's £1,000 seems hard work. You drop it down to 20 quid and they'll bid another £500 for it. So it just takes longer, which is a bit annoying, but at the end of the day, you know, my job is to get as much money for the vendors as I can. So there we are, that's what we have to do. I don't like to, you know, try and squeeze every last penny out of people I can do. That's what you pay me for at the end of the day. And that just takes a bit of time. It does make me wonder sometimes, some auctions I've bid on where they're going in 6 big lumps and so quickly, how much actual money they're losing for the clients. Because as you probably saw today, if you watched the auction, sometimes you get bid up to kind of like a big number. It's almost seems to be like a psychological block. Once it hits, say, £1,000, all of a sudden everybody panics and stops bidding. And we would generally go up at £50 after 1,000. Most big auctions go at £100, or some even go at £200. They go like 20% increments. And then people just stop bidding. Whereas, as I proved, if you drop the bid increments down to 20 quid, people will go an extra 20, an extra 40, an extra 60. And sometimes that thing that had kind of stalled at £1,000 then sells for £1,200, £1,300, £1,400. Just by nudging it up with the smaller bids. It takes longer, but as I say, at the end of the day, my job, what you pay me for as a seller, is to get as much money as I can and to give everybody a fair chance to buy it. And I think by going up in big lumps, sometimes, you know, it kind of isn't fair, really, in a way. So there we are. That's my opinion. Hopefully you all agree with me. And but yeah, the pre-bidding thing worked as much as people could see, you know, had a bit of an idea where things were going to go. Interestingly, it seemed the kind of cheaper stuff, particularly on the machines, like some of the bandits needed a bit of work on, the cheaper ones got a lot nearer their final selling price with the pre-bids than some of the big machines. I mean, I think the cranes only got to, was it £38 or something daft, £55 I think one was, something like that, for like a £2,000 machine. Maybe people just wanted to bid live on those, I don't know. But it's an interesting experiment. It seemed to work, so we'll do it again with that method. And it's useful for the people who are selling as well, could get a, you know, some confidence at least that their stuff was going to sell. So yeah, anyway, let's have a look through. How do we do? Toys, a couple of tin toys there. They didn't quite get where they needed to be. These bus ticket things are interesting. These were Argentinian. It had stamped on them. So there we are. You need some Argentinian bus tickets. Prepare Fella, £36. That's right, isn't it? Good, nice, something to hang on your wall. Light up signs, 390, 55. The check issuing thing, that's an interesting thing, 140. I think is that the third time I've sold that now? So it's the same one that keeps coming around and round and round. It's not that they're common, it's not, it's a rare thing. It's the only one I've ever seen, and I think I've sold it 3 times now. The nice little pair of Cadbury's cabinets, 420. I thought they'd do well. Rare to have a pair, so yeah. Quite sweet little things. Radios, £12. The little tranny, 32 with the con there. 24 the Murphy and £10 the Zenith. Music box, £90. Little video of that. That was quite sweet sounding. Didn't get the little horse away, but the broken one, 280. The rather fabulous spinny galloper mirror thing, 980. I like that. I was very tempted, but I'm trying not to spend any money at the moment. So there we are. Alan says, hi all, I agree with you, Steve, with dropping the increments as the price goes up. Yeah, I mean, it always used to be, you know, when I was a kid, as most of you know, I was literally a baby in auctions all my life. It kind of used to be the way in the old days that auctioneers would keep splitting the final bid. You know, if they were going up in 50s and they go into 20s, then 10s, then 5s, to squeeze every last pound or two out of the buyers that they could do, make sure they got the highest price. At the end of the day, an auctioneer's job is to get the highest price for the things that they're selling. And I think maybe that went out of the window. You know, bear in mind that was back in the days when auctioneers really were paid on their performance, i.e. it was before buyer's premium was invented, pretty much. And you know, the seller's commission, that was the only charge, and it was a lot lower than it is these days for various reasons. So you know, they really need to get every pound they could out of the item they're selling to make their money. Nowadays, most big auctions, they're charging so much money, it doesn't actually matter if they sell anything or not, pretty much, because they're charging you lotting fees, cataloguing fees, photography fees, storage fees, insurance fees, internet fees, video fees, a few that do videos, not many do. Any other thing they can possibly think of, all these stuff, whether things sells or not. So it kind of doesn't care. So they just seem to want to rattle through it. As I say, when they're jumping up, you know, some of them over £1,000 start jumping in £200 bids. So by the time the bid's back to you again, that's £400 jump at a time. Well, that's just ridiculous in my view. So there we are. I do things my way. And I always try and look at it as a you know, I'm a buyer as well, I'm a collector as well, as you all know, and so I you know, can see it from both sides of the argument all the time. There you go. Don't know whether I'm right or wrong. It seems to work, so we'll keep doing it. Anyway, where are the two little juvenile strikers? 170 and 140. I'm sure they'll be out earning money in a week or two. Probably pay for themselves in a day or a couple of days. The Genie thing, that was interesting. £26. Brass, £100, £95. Don't think we've got any more of that. Somebody did ask. We had 3 or 4 bits last time, didn't we? 4 bits, I think, last time, and 2 this time. That's all there is from that source. It's getting hard to find brass, especially this lovely old Victorian brass, which is proper real brass. It comes a lovely colour when you polish it. The Pixies, 470, 370. Great things. The Victoria didn't quite go. It's kind of still available. If you're interested in the Victoria, contact me and I'll see if I can sell it to you. The Castle Front 1600. A jackpot escalator thing, didn't it? Extraordinary 1250. And the Pace 920. We couldn't. Pace didn't go last time, did I? I think it got about £800 last time, didn't quite make it, but yeah, got it away this time, so that's good. It's a lovely machine. The Bolland single reelers, the sports one, 600, with all the sports stars on, and the Screen Stars 540. The high topped again, the penny, this black one, that was one that didn't go last time, didn't quite hit it, and this time it sailed away. Just how it goes, some auctions, isn't it? So 450 that high top, 390 that one, and then the two that needed a bit of work, 300 and 270. So that's fair enough, I think, for the conditions they were in, really. The Bonanza 380. That's a good one, that one, matching serial numbers. Then the not Sega. I don't know who this one is. It's kind of a Sega light up. These Lot 58, but it's I think it's one of the obscure English ones again. Not sure who made that one. It's got a very big window in it. So the real window and the award glass is all one glass in that one. They're quite interesting, all these bizarre, odd, not actually Segas, but sort of Sega machines. And then the Vega, which is by Vale Automatic. You know who made that one? 230. The Mills Merrymaker. Got a smart machine, that one. Lovely mech in that one. Better. It's kind of getting there. Yeah. Oh, where's the video? Stopped. Oh no, we're back again. Did the video just glitch there? Might have done. We're back anyway. Right, where did we get to? The Repro Governor. I don't actually know who made these. So we've got a... Was it an Aristocrat mech in it, I think, wasn't it? Or Jubilee, one of the other. Aristocrat, I think. 610, so I suppose that's fair enough. I think that's sort of a... What, a quarter of the price a real one would be? These days, or a third the price. John Wayne... I think that was the top lot of the day, was it, John Wayne? I think 3001. I had a lot of inquiries about it, so it didn't surprise me. Yeah. So that was good. The Cocktail Waitress, 1600. Needs a little bit of titivating, but come out nicely. The KO Fighters, 2420. I can't remember. I think that's roughly the same price I sold it for 25, 30 years ago, whenever it was. So, which is interesting. So I think that was a good buy. The Punch Ball, 1700. Excuse me. There's the answer. Is my cough getting better? It's too much talking today. But yeah, there's another Punch Ball hopefully coming. Not sure if it comes the next auction, one after maybe, something like that. The Irons Footballer, 2750. That was a good machine. That was very old, being in the outdoor metal case with not a spot of rust on it. It's obviously never been outside in its life. So, yeah, good machine. The Farmyard, Crazy Farmyard, much rarer than the Pusher Shooter, of course, 1140. The Cranes, the French one, big heavy French one, £1,000. That was a bit of a bargain. I don't know why that was so cheap. Maybe because there was two. People were saving the money for the Merchantman, which was 2,500. It was a really nice Merchantman, that one. There's a little bit of titivation because it's been sat for a long time, but it's got all its castings and there's no damage to the cabinet or anything. It's beveled glass, blah, 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 blah. That would come out really nice with a couple of days' work on that, polishing the cabinet up and polishing the castings. They always look really nice as Merchantmans, I think. The Burglar, Peter's Burglar, 2000. Bargain, I think. Incredible work in them. But, yep. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, £300. I'm sure that was an absolute bargain. That's going up to Roberts Arcade, I think, that one. So hopefully we'll see that on site maybe in the summer when it's had a bit of a titivate. The vending machine, Coke vending machine, 1600. Nice piece, that. Lane says, I'm happy for the games table. My preschool going to love it. Yeah, was it £3 or something? Absolute bargain, that. There you go. Got to have a bargain now and again, haven't you? What have we got here now? The scales, 260. They're quite nice with the little enamel badge on and a nice dial on as well, and the transfer. Yeah. Lunar Rescue 350. Hopefully there's not too much up with that. Electronics are, I don't do electronics. You can stick a plug on things and nothing happened. Think, okay. Probably just the power supply, I suspect. It didn't look like there's anything majorly, well, nothing missing as far as I could see. And it didn't look like anything kind of ever burnt up on the circuit board or anything. Probably just the power supply. The Road Safety 560, I think that's about what we sold them for before when I looked up. I think we'd sold 2 or 3 in the past for around about the £600 mark, just either side. That's about right. The Vocal Radialist 1620. Bit of a big project, that one. A rare thing. Citas didn't go. Flory has now sold. I've sold it after the auction for 1500. So we'll show when the results go on the website the next day or two. The very nice All-in Deluxe Reserve 1120. But the nicest one of those I think we probably ever had. Really, really lovely condition. A particularly nice cabinet as well. Nice figured oak. 11s are 640. Seems about right for one of those, doesn't it? Margin is 320. What we call the winning plan. Still don't know what the proper name of this machine is. But as that again, I think it's the third time I've sold it, third or fourth. Nothing wrong with it. I think people just, I don't know. Maybe it's because they don't know what it's called. 120. The moving target machine. That's a really good little shooter. Hopefully, I can't remember who bought it, but hopefully whoever bought it, once they've put a bit of glass in it and whatnot, might send a picture of it, you know, all restored. Really nice little machine. Real Gripper 320. It's quite unusual with the trade stimulator reels on the top of it. The Tilt Test, that was a good fun game. That was quite a fun game to play, that one. You got your 3 balls and they zigzag down the, further you manage to get them down the table, the higher you score. Puritan Bell 700, really nice, and nicest one of those in the country probably. All original locks, keys, reel strips, walled card, never been polished, washed, ironed or mended. Really, really lovely machine. 700 seems about right. And the Whirlwind 1000 again, super machine. You know, untouched, rare, great design, just a really, really nice little thing. So £1,000, wasn't surprised at that. Matching, this one appealed to me for some bizarre reason. This funny little matching machine that reminds me of a watermelon, I think, because of the shape and the colour, the kind of the stripes and that just watermelon green with the red. A sweet little thing, 260. Toket or Toket, whatever it is. Strange name, isn't it? Is it token and ticket combined kind of thing? Toket, ticket, something like that. Anyway, 400. The little Ginger 380 with got some nice original tokens with it. With that one. So trade stims were doing well. The little Love Me to exhibit 400. The rare little snuff vending machine, sweet little thing again, 320. Another little rarity, £80 the hot nuts. 70 the peanut vendor, 75 for the cast iron matchbox vendor. Punchable, that's another interesting little thing with all the balls in it, a sort of trade stimulator, non-coin op. But very much the trade stim thing. Again, really nice original condition. Not seen one before, 270. The Mediascope 700. And the reels, there wasn't much interest in the reels, funnily enough. None of them really got away at all. I think we got one away, didn't we? 240. Don't think anyone needs any reels. They're here. I expect they'll probably go in the next auction. Try again. And then the Penny Arcade trailer, Dave Hooper's, or was, and is now no longer, obviously, 240. I'm sure many of you recognise it from have seen it and played it over the years. Down at Storpane when Dave used to do that, or around about Warwick and whatnot. Pennies, mint pennies, £140 for the sealed bag. Seems to be about what they make these days usually. And 500 for 44, what's that, £88 a 1,000. 200 for 18, which is, what's that, that's £90 a 1,000, isn't it? So they're all sort of the same price, aren't they, really? 6 ounces, 200 for £30, £32. Nickels, 100 nickels, 26 and 22. Dimes, 16 for 100. Interesting, the dimes are cheaper, aren't they? So you've got $5 worth there for £22 or £26. $10 there for £16. The 100 quarters, $25 worth for £40. The big $1 coin, they use that in, I've seen them as jackpots in some machines, the big dollar coins. They're hard to hold, aren't they? £7. Token nobody wanted. That was it. There you go. That was your lot. Let's find an interesting place to stop the scrolly. What about there for a minute? That'll do. We'll leave that as a picture in a minute. We'll have a mouthful of tea. So there we are. Another good sale. Good thing was it kind of proved that early this year, because I never used to do them this time of the year, in the Elephant House, because it's just cold and damp and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't seem to make a difference. The stuff, we got nice stuff in, and it made its money. So that's a good point of reference for the future, I think. That the time of the year doesn't seem to make any difference, so that's great. If you bought anything, the invoices went out about half an hour before the start of the live stream, about 7:30 I think I sent them out. So check your inbox, you should have those. Collecting this week, I'm around pretty much all week, but get in touch. I'm in and out, and I've got a few jobs to do and some probate-y things and all sorts of stuff. I've got always out one day for a few hours, but I'm pretty much around days, evenings, whatever suits. And then next Sunday, we'll be at the Elephant House, 11 till 1. It's got to be quite a short time again because I've got stuff to do on the way and on the way back. So if you want to collect anything from the Elephant House, barring the big machines, so I'm not dragging those all the way back over there again, if you bought any of those, principally because there's only me to try and get them on the van, and I can't because they're too big and heavy. So you'll have to collect them from here. Alan is due in the next day or two, I think, so if you want Alan to pick stuff up, get hold of him tomorrow, is my advice. Obviously get your invoice paid and get hold of Alan as quickly as possible, and hopefully you can collect them then in the next day or two, and you'll have them then within the week with a bit of luck. Yeah, so there we are. So that's where we're at with all of that lot. Gary says, bid on a few machines, but didn't win any this time. Oh well, more money for the next auction. Well, absolutely, more for the next one. So next auctions. So I've moved the spares one by a week. As I say, next Sunday I'll be at the Elephant House for people to collect anything that they bought today if they want to meet there, rather than coming over to Cambridge. And also obviously drop stuff off for the following auction. So we'll do the spares now on the whatever date it was. I put it on the front of the website, the 5th. 5th of March. And then originally the next amusement sale was scheduled for the looking at the calendar, 26th was it, of March, last Sunday. It was the 26th, yeah. So again, I'll probably have to move that a week. Just nudge that into April. Just for obviously time to collect some more stuff up and get it catalogued again. And then after that, hopefully we're back on schedule. If nothing else goes wrong, fingers crossed, nothing else much can go wrong this year, surely. So that'll be the plan, but I'll confirm those dates up. We've got Easter to think about. God knows when I'm going to get another day's filming done down at Paul's and get this film finished off. That's another thing to do. 2nd April, yes, probably, yeah. So yeah, that's why I've got to check these dates. But once I've checked them out, I'll obviously put them on the website and confirm. Then there'll be, in the not too distant future, well, as soon as I can sort it out, another clearance auction. Basically all the stuff I cleared out of Dad's place. Everything's got to go, so there's some more furniture, some general household stuff, bric-a-brac, this, that and the other, whatever. Grab some bargains, those of you that do a bit of wheeling and dealing and eBaying and Facebooking and whatever else you do these days. So keep an eye out for that. Probably try and do that next month as well. I need to stuff, the van's literally full at the minute. I've got to empty the van tomorrow. Yeah. And then there's one or two other people I'm talking to. There's another collection of stuff to come in. Yeah, there's a few things in the pipeline. Obviously, as soon as I can get details firmed up of those, I'll let you know. So there we are. I think that's where we're at for today. Any questions? Anybody got any questions, comments, bright ideas? Anybody liked the pre-bidding or didn't like the pre-bidding? Let me know. We must really try and get the videos sorted out for the next auction. I don't know why it won't work. It's working here. So that's something for the techie pods to have a look at and see if they can sort it out. And onwards and upwards, as they say. Yeah, lots more stuff to do to the website. Loads more stuff to upload as soon as I get time to do it. Just basically more hours in the day. So there we are. So if you're coming in the week to pick stuff off from the auction, then by all means, of course, drop stuff off for the next one. Next Sunday, Elephant House, 11 till 1. So it's got to be a pretty short time because I've got things to do on the way, things to do on the way back. 5th of March for the spares. There'll be more spares listed in the next, toward the end of this week. More spare parts going up. And that I'm going to try with one of the timed auctions. Give that a whirl for that. See if we can get that to work. Because that's the only way we haven't tried with spare parts so far. So there'll be more details on that as soon as I know, because I haven't set it up yet. And just somebody texted me probably to say the things. All right, yeah, cool. Yes, there we are then. I think that's it. I'm knackered. I need another cup of tea and some sleep. So we'll catch up with you all again on Tuesday night. And hopefully now I've just about got the voice back. We can get back to regular schedules with videos. You know, live stream 3 times a week. And crack on. With everything else, really. Marvellous. Elaine, Roger are off, nighty night. Monday morning leaving, yeah, exactly. I've got lots to do tomorrow as well. So there we are. So I'll bid you all farewell. Stick a note on here. Next live stream Tuesday Eve, 8:05 PM as usual. So yes, thank you all very much. Thank you for those who bought stuff today or sold stuff. And we'll do all that again in a few weeks' time. It'll soon rock round, won't it? So lots to do. Right, I'm off. Nighty night.